We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 1, Question 8. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. This is the first medium problem. You got two equations. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What's the value of y? So what are you looking for? Y. Write it down. And this problem is simultaneous equations. How do you know? Because it's got two equations. So just write down the equations, put a line under them, and all you're going to do with simultaneous equations is add or subtract. Which should you do, add or subtract? Let's just subtract, because if we subtract, these three x's go away. 3x minus 3x is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4y minus 2y is 2y. And now, 2 equals 2y, anyone can do that. Divide by 2, both sides. Y equals 1. And that's it. That's the answer. Get this right real quick and move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 1, Question 9. What's the level of difficulty supposed to be on this problem? It's supposed to be medium. I got good news and bad news. The good news is this question is definitely not medium. It's very easy. The bad news is that Evil Testing Service is going to get you later on this test in Section 2, because Section 2 is a real bear. But let's take advantage of this while we can. There's a table. It says the frequency table summarizes the 57 data values in a data set. What's the maximum data value in the data set? So why not write down what we're looking for? And then from here, it's basically, can you read? You're looking for maximum data value. This says data value, so you're looking at this column. It says frequency, doesn't ask about that. What's the maximum number in this column? It's 14, so that's the maximum data value. You get this right in about 3 seconds and you move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 1, Question 11. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. You got this nasty equation. What is the value of 4 minus 3x? So what are we looking for? 4 minus 3x. Write it down and circle it. And then take a look here. What does this say? 4 minus 3x. What does this say? 4 minus 3x. So you can just treat these things like x's, which is 9x plus 2 equals 8x plus 18. All right, cool. I'm going to move our x's to the left side. 9x minus 8x, that's x. We're going to move our numbers to the right side. 18 minus 2 is 16. And guess what, man? That is it. That's the answer. It's D. You can get this right very quick if you do it this way and move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 1, Question 12. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. Triangle FGH is similar to triangle JKL, where angle F corresponds to angle J, and angles G and K are right angles. If sine F equals 308 over 317, what's the value of sine J? So write down what you're looking for, circle it, and then where are these figures? They're not here, so you got to draw them. Anybody can draw two right triangles. You know they're right triangles because ETS tells you so. All right, what are the right angles? ETS tells you that they're G and K. Doesn't matter where the other letters go. They just have to be in the same places because these triangles are similar. What's similar mean? Similar means basically the same. All right, every trigonometry problem on the SAT, you can get it right with SOHCAHTOA. Sine, cosine, tangent. And you know this trigonometry problem can't be that hard. Why? Because it's medium. So what are we looking for? We're looking for sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine F is 308 over 317. That means that the opposite side is 308. and the hypotenuse side is 317. We're looking for sine J, so we're looking for opposite over hypotenuse. They're similar triangles. So what do you think the opposite is? I mean, look at the answer choices, but it's 308. Look at the hypotenuse here. What do you think that is? 317. So opposite over hypotenuse is 308 over 317. And guys, that is it. That's the answer. It's B. You can get this right real quick and move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 1, Question 13. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. It's the last medium question. A wire has a length of 106 inches. It's cut into two parts. One part has a length of X. The other part has a length of Y. The value of X is 6 more than 4 times the value of Y. What's the value of X? So write down what you're looking for, X. This problem is a classic plug in the answer choices problem. How do you know? It's because there's a variable or an unknown in the problem. Here there's 2, X and Y, and you have a strange urge to set up an algebra equation. When that happens to you, the odds are very good that you can plug in the answer choices. Here's how to do it. Write the answer choices vertically, A, B, C, D, and then label the answer choices. What are the answer choices? They're X, because that's what ETS asks about. What else is there? There's Y. And then just start somewhere. Where should you start? You should start in the middle, because if you start in the middle, you can see if you're too big or too small a lot of the time. I'm going to start with 56. So if X is 56, what's Y have to be? Well, when I add up X and Y, I'm supposed to get 106, right? 106 minus 56 is 50. So Y would have to be 50. 4 times the value of Y, 4 times 50 is 200, plus 6 is 206. That's what X is supposed to be. But X is 56, so that's not right. Now, which way should you go? You say, I don't know. So just go a direction. Try B. Try 28. If X is 28, the whole thing's 106, so 106 minus 28, do it on your calculator. It's 78. 4 times Y, 78 times 4, plus 6 is 318. You were supposed to get 28. Didn't get 28. Gone. Are you getting closer? Or are you getting further away from where you need to be? You're getting further away. So go to D. 86, total's 106, so what's Y have to be? Has to be 20. 4 times the value of Y. 4 times 20, that's 80, plus 6. Hey, that's 86, and that's what X is. So D has to be the answer. If you plug in the answer choices, you can get it right real quick. You can be absolutely sure you're right when you leave the problem, and it's just as fast as doing algebra, but you won't make any of the mistakes that people make doing algebra. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 3. What's the level of difficulty here? This is reliably the first medium question on Section 2. From here on out, it's medium and hard and crazy hard. Got a table. Table shows 3 values of X and their corresponding values of Y for the equation Y equals 4 times 2 to the X plus 3. In the table, A is a constant. What's the value of A? So write down what you're looking for. A. Remember that a constant just means ETS knows what A is. They're just hiding from you. It's not a variable. This is just a function. Write down the function, and then if you want to, run the first set of numbers. X is 1 and Y is 11. So 11 equals 4 times 2 to the 1 plus 3. Sure enough, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So hey, the function works. Let's try it with 3 for X. How would that work? Y equals 4 times 2 to the what? 3 plus 3. Y equals 4 times, what's 2 to the 3? 8 plus 3. That's 4 times 8, which is 32, plus 3, which is 35. And so the answer is B. You can get this right much quicker than I just took. I just wanted to show you how the function works, and you move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 4. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. Got this equation. How many solutions does the given equation have? These problems come up on every SAT. They're very formulaic, and you can get them done in about 2 seconds if you understand what's going on with them. If you don't understand what's going on with them, you can always plug in. If you're going to plug in, write down A, B, C, D. Let's write down the question real quick, and then let's just start plugging in. Let's make up our favorite number in the world, x equals 2. So if x equals 2, what's the equation? You don't even have to do it in our calculator. Just write it down. 66 times 2 equals what? 66 times 2. Is that an equation? It is, because both sides are the same. Can you cross off anything? Well, it can have 0 solutions, right? Because it has at least one solution, so the answer can't be D. All right, let's get weird. How about x equals 0? If x equals 0, 66 times 0 is 0, equals 66 times 0, which is 0. Is that an equation? It is, because both sides are the same, right? So can it have exactly one solution? No, because we just found 2. All right? Now, and we could go on and do another one, but think about it. If you plug in something else, what's going to happen? They're going to be the same. They're always going to be the same, because x and x are the same on both sides. So how many solutions does this have? Infinitely many. You can get this right real quick, whether you just know it or plug in, and you move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 5. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. It's a long, boring story. A model predicts that the population of Bergen was 15,000 in 2005. The model also predicts that each year for the next 5 years, the population P increased by 4% of the previous year's population. Which equation best represents this model, where x is the number of years after 2005 and x is less than or equal to 5? So let's write down what we're looking for. It's a function, and we're really just looking for which function. Guys, this problem is a plug-in. How do I know? Well, it's a function. It's got p and x in the problem. It's got p's and x's all over the answer choices. I can plug in. What do SAT functions love? SAT functions love 0 and 1. So I'm going to write A, B, C, D, and I'm just going to plug in 0 or 1 to start. I'm going to start with 0. If I make x equals 0, what is 0? The number of years after 2005. So 0 years after 2005, what year is it? It's 2005. And in 2005, what's the population? It's 15,000. So the population P, if x is 0, is what? 15,000 equals 0.96 times 15,000 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is what? It's 1. Okay, is all this true? It is not true. So A is gone, and it's not coming back. I'm not going to write 15,000 again. It's 15,000 every single time. 15,000 equals 1.04 times 15,000 to the 0 power, which is 1. All right, does 15,000 equal 1.04? It's not. It doesn't. So B is gone forever. All right, let's try C. 15,000 equals 15,000 times 0.96 to the 0 power. That's 1. Does 15,000 equal 15,000? Yes, it does. Should you pick C and move on? No, you should try D. D says 15,000 times 1.04 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is still 1, so it's 1. 15,000 equals 15,000. So C and D both work when we plug in 0. We should expect that for 2 reasons. One is, a lot of times 2 answer choices work when you plug in on functions, and 0 is weird, and 1's weird. So it's natural to expect that more than one answer will work. Let's try 1. So I don't need to do A and B. This time I'm going to ballpark. I don't know what the population is, but if I increase it by 4% after 1 year in 2006, it's going to go up, right? So if it's going to go up, I got an increase of population equals 15,000 times 0.96 to the 1. So 15,000 times 0.96. Is that going to go up or down? Well, the population is going to go down a little bit because 15,000 times something less than 1 means you're going to go down. If you're not sure, put it in your calculator and see. I was looking to go up. That goes down. Let's try D. Again, I don't know what the population is if I ballpark, but I know it's going to have to go up equals 15,000 times 1.04 to the x equals 1. Is that going to go up? Yeah, it's going to go up just a little bit. 15,000 times a little more than 1. It's going to go up just a little bit. If you're not sure, put it in your calculator. D is the only one that goes up. It's got to be the answer. And by the way, it goes up 1.04. That's 4%. You can get this right much quicker than we just took to do it here when you plug in and move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 6. Level of difficulty is medium. The function h is defined by h of x equals 4x plus 28. The graph of y equals h of x in the xy plane has an x-intercept at a0 and a y-intercept at 0b. A and b are constants. What's the value of a plus b? So write down what you're looking for. Circle it. And then we're going to take this problem in a really important SAT concept, bite-sized pieces. And that means just do the problem one step at a time. Function h of x equals 4x plus 28. Anytime you see a function in SAT land, it's going to be y equals 4x plus 28. Or y equals whatever's on the right side. Alright, the graph in the xy plane has an x-intercept at a0. So let's just consider that part. What's important about the x-intercept? There's one thing and one thing only. It's that y equals 0. Alright, so if you think about it for a second, you're on the xy plane, right? So you've got an x and a y. It's a0, right? Y is 0. So x is going to be the same thing as a. And at the y-intercept, there's only one thing that's important about it. What is it? It's that x equals 0. So again, if you think about it on the xy plane, 0b, what's y? It's b. So all you got to do is plug in 0 for y and 0 for x. And you're going to have this problem solved really easily. So let's write y equals 4x plus 28. Let's make y 0 equals 4x plus 28. 4x, we're going to move the 28 across, so it's going to change signs. Divide both sides by 4. And you've got x equals negative 7. We said x is the same thing as what? A. So what is a? A equals negative 7. Okay, you're halfway done. The second part's way easier. You're going to make x equals 0 this time. So y equals, well, it's just 4 times 0, which is 0, plus 28. So y is 28. All right, y is 28. What else is y? Y is b. So b is 28. So all you got to do is add negative 7 and 28. Do it on your calculator if you want. It's 21. And so the answer is A. Taken in bite-sized pieces, medium questions do take some work, but you get it right and you move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 7. Level of difficulty is medium. Guys, this is an absolute classic plugin. How do I know it's a plugin? The variables all over the answer choices. There's variables in the problem. There's no constants. Which equation is equivalent to this big ol' mess where x is bigger than 7? All you got to do is make up an x that follows the rule. Got to be bigger than 7. How about x equals 8? So we're just going to plug in here. I'm going to rewrite this whole thing. You don't have to rewrite the whole thing. Just makes it easier for us to do. So 8 times x is 8 times 8, 64. X minus 7 is 8 minus 7, so times 1. minus 3 times, already did that, 1 over 2 times x is 2 times 8, 16 minus 14, which is 2. So it's 61 over 2. Circle 61 over 2. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to rewrite the answer choices. I'm going to space them out. A says x minus 7. I said x is 8, so 8 minus 7 over 5. That's 1 over 5. Is that 61 over 2? It is not. It's gone. B, 8x, 64 minus 3, 61 over 2, golden. Should I check C and D? Sure. So this is going to be 8 times 64. I'm going to do that one on your calculator. That's 512 minus 24 minus 14 over 2x minus 14. You know what that is. It's 2. You can ballpark. You don't need to do anything else. This thing on top is not going to be 61. You know that 8x squared is 512 minus 24 minus 77 over 2, again, ballpark, that's not going to be 61. And so the answer is B. Plugging in is faster and easier than doing algebra, and you will always get it right. You will not run into whatever wrong answer mistakes Evil Testing Service has for you. You can get this right pretty quick and move on. We're on SAT Practice Test 9, Math Section 2, Question 8. What's the level of difficulty here? It's medium. This is the last medium problem that you're going to see on the SAT. Everything from here on out on Section 2 is going to be hard or crazy hard. Circle A has a radius of 3n and circle B has a radius of 129n, where n is a positive constant. The area of circle B is how many times the area of circle A. So I'm going to write down what I'm looking for. Doesn't have to be fancy. Circle B, how many times circle A? And guys, this problem is a plug-in. And most of the time, you cannot plug in when there's a constant, because constant is usually something that ETS knows, but they're hiding from you. But plugging in is an art. It's not a science. And you can know when you can plug in if you do enough plugging in. And this is a time, even though there's a constant, when you can plug in. So how do you plug in on this problem? Well, you're going to make n something. It can be anything in the world. It's got to have to be positive, though. What do you want it to be? What's your favorite n in the whole wide world? Mine's 2, because it's nice and small. It's very predictable. So circle A has a radius of 3n, 3 times 2, which is 6. And circle B has a radius of 129n, so 129 times 2. So the area of circle A, pi r squared, pi times 6 squared, that's easy, that's 36 pi. This one's pi r squared again for circle B. This is pi times 129 times 2 squared. So get out your calculator. That's 258 squared. It's going to be a big number. But what do you care? You got a calculator. So it's 66,564 pi. Okay, so if you want to figure out how many times B is A, you're going to divide. You divide 66,564 pi by 36 pi. Pi's are going to go away. 66,564, it's already on your calculator, divided by 36. It's 1849. That's the answer, and it's D. You can get this right very quickly and efficiently if you plug in and move on.